Welcome back to my channel, it's Joanna. Today I want to tell you 3 things that breastfeeding will do to your baby or your toddler that will really help them. At the moment it's currently Breastfeeding Awareness Week and there's so much that breastfeeding is good for. And there's a lot that's actually quite unspoken about and there is still a lot of stigma around breastfeeding. If people see you do it, they're often like, how long are they doing it for? When are they going to come off? It's all about weaning, bringing them off the breast, and it's something that I just don't really understand, and I think a lot of it comes down to education. So I want to tell you 3 amazing things that breast milk does for your baby. Number 1, breast milk reduces incidence of childhood and toddlerhood illness. If your child gets ill as a breastfed baby, they're going to recover a lot quicker. They're also much less likely to get ill, particularly with things like infections and quite severe things in the first place. So for growth hormones, antibodies, amazing things that are going to protect your baby. When a child attaches on to your breast to breastfeed, the saliva that they give you will basically tell your nipple, which will then go in and tell your brain, okay, they're starting to fight an infection. You're going to need to basically send antibodies and white blood cells. There's another amazing way that this happens as well. When a mother kisses her baby's face, she's sampling through her saliva the pathogen on her baby's skin. This then travels to the mum's lymphatic system and tells her body, okay, this baby's fighting off infection, let's send some antibodies or some white blood cells to baby through breast milk to get them feeling better. So this is a massive reason why you see far fewer hospitalizations and cases of severe illness in babies who are breastfed than babies who are formula fed. Far fewer cases of things like conjunctivitis, ear infections, cases of vomiting and diarrhea, because they either don't really happen in the first place, and if they do, they heal and get better a lot quicker than babies who aren't breastfed. This immunity doesn't just last for the duration that they're breastfed. The children that were breastfed for at least 6 months, they had a 20% less risk rate of getting childhood leukemia than babies who were either not breastfed or were breastfed for a much shorter amount of time. That's crazy. To be able to minimize a child's risk of leukemia that drastically just by breast milk, it's amazing. Number 2, breast milk is full of amazing bacteria. There's a tractor going by. I have seen this tractor 4 times in the past, like half an hour since I've been recording. And when they drink this, it basically lines their gut and builds a really healthy gut microbiome. Microbiomes, if you're aware, are something that's really becoming into fashion recently because we're learning about it a lot more. If you've got a healthy gut microbiome, you're much less at risk of diseases and illnesses. When a child is breastfed, because they're developing a healthy gut microbiome early on, are at much less risk of developing things like allergies, asthma, dermatitis, even obesity. The microbiome basically affects your immune system maturation, so how your immune system develops. What type of things like allergies is your body going to fight against? Also, it affects how many nutrients are absorbed from food, so you obviously want to have optimal food nutrition absorption. Having a healthy gut also avoids pathogen development, so you don't want unhealthy bacteria in your gut. Looking at a study this morning, it basically found that breastfed babies are found to have a high rate of bifidobacteria in their gut, which is basically something that reduces risk of allergy, something that's associated with a diminished risk of allergy, obesity, asthma, all of the things I've mentioned. And number 3, breastfeeding is really important for emotional regulation and secure attachments. So yes, you can have secure attachments and you can regulate your emotions without breast milk, but it really is nature's way of doing it. Now, something that you need to know: when an adult gets upset about something or stressed about something, basically their brain, their amygdala says like, send fight or Basically, when an adult gets upset or stressed about something, their amygdala and their hypothalamus are working together to basically say, something's not right, we need to send alarm bells in our mind, we need to go into fight or flight mode. This then triggers like emotional responses, anger, panic, I'm gonna run away. And an adult, they can then come back down from that and say, okay, I'm really nervous for my job interview, I feel like I want to run away, I'm really scared, but I know that this could give me the job, which would be really beneficial in the future. And they can regulate themselves, they can do deep breathing exercises, and they can calm down. They do this by using their prefrontal cortex. It basically calms their emotional regulation system down. Babies and children until about 3 years old, they don't have a functioning prefrontal cortex like adults do. So when they sense something that makes them fearful, their amygdala sends this like fearful response, for example, being put down in their cot. They go into fight, flight, or even freeze mode, where they start to panic or they start to shut down. And when children are young, because they don't really know that much about the world, they don't really have a sense of like, okay, well, I know why I'm being put down in the cot so I can go to sleep. It's not as simple as that. All they know is that they are going against their natural instincts. They want to be held all the time because, let's face it, if you were in the wild and your mum as a baby put you down on the floor and left you and there are lions and tigers crawling about, you wouldn't be too happy about it. So babies are naturally wanting to be in your arms all the time. So if you're laying them down, it's going to upset them, okay? Babies and toddlers don't have the prefrontal cortex to calm themselves down. That's why it's your job as a caregiver to calm them down. Breast milk is the easiest and quickest way to calm a child down. Basically, they latch on and it immediately fills them with oxytocin, bonding hormones, feel-good love hormones, and they know that they're safe, but they're also associating that with their mum or whoever's looking after them, right? So if my baby's upset and he latches on, immediately, like that, he's calm. He knows by smelling, tasting, feeling that he is in the safest place that he knows. By repeated exposure of breastfeeding and feeding to soothe, your baby will be developing a strong and secure attachment. If they're teething and they're really upset and you latch them on, they're getting pain relief through breast milk. Like, it's honestly the most amazing thing. It soothes them so quickly and easily, but it also tells them that they are safe, which is literally the most important thing that you can tell a child. We try our best to not say, it's okay, you're fine. We actually use the phrase, you're safe, because we want to associate all of these things with like hugging him, breastfeeding him, cuddling him, kissing him, calming him down, regulating his stress system when he's upset, with feeling you are safe. Okay, there's nothing coming over you right now, and if you need to cuddle to calm down, then we'll do that. And because they then develop these really strong, healthy attachments, they're much more likely to feel confident to go out into the world and explore. They will go out into the world and they'll take more risks because they know that they've got someone to come back to at the end of the day that's gonna calm them and soothe them if something went wrong. The whole thing about like, oh, don't hold your baby too much, you're gonna spoil them. It's all BS, it's all lies. Love your baby, hug your baby, breastfeed your baby, and if you want to do it until however long, you do that. Are designed to be breastfed. If you even look at any other of the carry mammals, so like all your primates, they all breastfeed until actually a few different ages, but normally it's when like their molars, their first set of molars come in, or they like, quadruple their body weight. There are loads of different things. Basically, it's like 5 years old. 5 to like 8 years old. I'm not saying I'm gonna do it for that long. I'm not saying that you should do it for that long. Whatever, you do you, right? But it's amazing stuff. If you like this video, please do give me a like, comment below. What's your experience on breastfeeding? Did your child like it? How long did they do it for? Did you find that as a result they were quite a confident little kid? Let me know in the comments. Please do subscribe, it really helps my channel. And if you'd like to see 3 things that benefit you as a mum, let me know as well. And on that note, I'll see you later. Bye bye.